Fun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. And now this is Thieves Incorporated, and this is session 33 of a number.
Probably 40-ish.
Who knows at
40-ish.
this
We'll go
point?
with that.
I mean, we could always die this session, then that'll be
Yeah.
fine.
But there's
Yeah.
also the
I-
whole revival thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just don't want to jinx anything with numbers. When you start saying numbers, that's when things start going awry.
40-ish is pretty generous. That gives us 8 more sessions, which is a lot if we're spending them
Mhm.
if
In one
we're
dungeon?
spending them in a dungeon, the sessions are probably going to be pretty eventful. You know, they're going to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our
That's pretty.
I'm not saying
boy.
it's a guaranteed within 8 sessions, but it's possible.
Yeah. Anyways.
So hold up. Nope, not that one. Okay, so last we left our adventurers. What are these two things? Oh, get rid of those. Here we are. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at a crap ton of notes at the moment. So, the doorway opens as a rush of condensed air blows past you. It smells of something rank, of something not quite. Listen, something dead. Everyone, make a strength check.
A strength check.
Save. That's what it is.
Save.
Well, yeah, it's no just strength. I was expecting that to be calm when you said it smelled.
Okay.
Something
I
rank.
guess we should check who's person number 9.
Do we want to bring a 9th person, or do we just want to stick with 8?
I think we could just stick with 8.
Yeah, stick with 8, and then we have
Okay.
just in case there's anyone in the dungeon that we end
Okay.
up bringing with us or something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really banking on the idea that I'm going to adopt another kid?
No, I'm just saying just in case, just in case there's someone.
He is making extra preparations.
Okay.
Which means if Bellatrix does not go with us into
Okay.
the dungeon, then we have 2 open spots.
I should check.
this?
Okay.
should
well,
check.
I'll put Lurdabox
real
away
quick,
then.
I should check real quick, Spencer. Does this affect large creatures differently than medium creatures?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. I guess it would be because what is it? I guess you're saving whether or not the wind knocks you over, because it is like a giant rush of air.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how does that affect large creatures?
Yeah, I feel like they would have advantage.
Okay.
Okay. So roll number 2 for Cerberus. And it's
And
worse.
for
Wow.
Wit, as soon as that
So
decides.
when you roll a 5 and still get a 16.
The dice have spoken for Wit. Wit got a 13.
All right.
Skirbo ain't getting knocked down by nothing.
Yeah, Skurro's just standing there like his coat flapping in the wind. He's just standing there.
He's like
Heroic pose.
memory.
Epic pose as I'm ready for battle. Now for Mary, who's probably
Seems
fine.
you're doing well.
I have expected there to be a contrast.
If that was an athletics check instead of a saving throw, Cerberus would have had a 21 with a 5.
But yes, all of you succeed. It affects you in different ways. With Paimon and Cerberus, you can feel that it almost that this air almost knocks you over. For what is it? For Wit, roll me a d6.
Who's he landing on?
Wit falls over, like just on his back, and takes for bludgeoning damage.
He climbs back to his feet.
Mary looks back like, dude.
Not the most spry in my old age.
It's like I expected the robot to be doing what he's doing.
To be fair, Skirbo was really heavy, so
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I mean, with all the wind Skirbo deals with, it's honestly no shock to me.
yeah.
I'm just sitting here going, well, there goes my nat 20 for the night.
I never decided on what my spell strong item has in it. I'll figure that out at some point before we use it. Just make it a, I don't know.
All right.
Lightning flash strike, sure.
All right.
It's a teleport spell. It's a teleport spell where you teleport as a bolt of lightning and then attack when you get to the end of the line.
Oh yeah.
Ah, the old Raiden. Got it.
Now, in comparison to the sandstone walls outside the tomb, the inside of the tomb appears to be is filled with this blackened stone that is speckled with small minerals that almost appear as stars. Other than that, there seems to be no light coming from the room, and instead of the normal stone normal stone floor, the floor, or the tiles, if you would, on the inside of this crypt is dotted with various shades of different varieties of green jade.
I do want to check something just for future reference because I believe it'll matter for various things.
Yeah.
Are the walls like rough hewn stone or are they worked into like bricks?
Make an investigation check or perception check. Perception check.
I can.
All right, 23. It seems to be a solid slab, if you would. And
Okay.
as you appear closer, there are markings on the wall, hieroglyphs, if you will.
In what language?
That would be an investigation check.
I will, considering there's no light coming
All
from
right,
this.
28 in investigation. It's the same language that's around this entire area. That strange form of abyssal that's not abyssal. There's something off about it.
Sadar, can you make anything of this?
Okay, I proceed to translate the runes. What did I say?
All right.
I was going to light
so,
something.
This is okay. This will take a different investigation check.
Oh, okay.
Please tell me you studied, boy.
Sadar. Well, he said investigation, so this is not the one I took proficiency in, so that we could actually
Maybe
start learning these things.
Maybe I should add a linguistics skill.
That actually might not be a bad
Right.
knowledge skill.
Have flash of genius.
What's that add?
Flash of genius.
That is now a 17.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. So the wall appears to be a series of old names, like names of your kindred, if you will.
So it's basically a genealogy wall? Or is it just like a memorial wall where it, lists name after name after name after name after name? But no,
It
but
appears to
nothing
be
between them.
no indicator of what is it? Oh, do you touch the wall?
Not yet.
From this distance, it's very hard to read, and so you can't really tell if it's a memorial of sorts.
Well, like I get close to it, but I don't touch it.
How close we talking?
A couple feet away.
Yeah, it's hard to make out.
Oh, okay.
However, when you do appear inside, there seems to be a switch on the left side of the wall.
I step several feet back from the wall because he knows the ancient tombs and things. Don't go touching things. There's a switch over there.
Wit's going to step forward. Before we do anything, I would like to test something. He's going to step not particularly far past the door, like 15 feet or so past the door, and then he's going to cast Misty Step to teleport out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Roll me a d12.
Oh dear.
1. Good.
Oh.
Good. Good. Nothing happens.
All right.
The spell
Oh,
doesn't work
jeez.
at all.
The
Happen at all,
spell
or-
fizzles.
That is not good. There seems to be something strangely interfering with my magic, and it didn't work. Our plan involving teleportation probably won't get us out of here.
That is unfortunate.
So I assume if I had rolled higher, something bad would have happened.
Let's just say that we won't be hearing back from the person for. Listen, we'll be hearing back from Wit for a while.
Okay. So not
He would
dead,
have
but
he would have teleported to a random spot.
Yes.
But would it still be within the range of Misty Step, or would it just be completely random
No.
anywhere?
No.
Okay, so instead of being randomly teleported 30 feet, it'd be just randomly teleported anywhere.
In that case, I'm not going to use Lightning Flash Strike as I'm just not going to use that spell storing item until I can take a long rest. Because that's Lightning Flash Strike. That's also a teleportation spell. Well, I mean, that would, to be fair, it would be teleporting within the area and not trying to teleport out.
All right.
Which typically these wards don't do anything to when you're teleporting within the area. Like, they just prevent you from getting out of it through teleportation.
yeah.
Like, if you think about
Right.
it, like Undermountains, for example, you can teleport just fine within Undermountain. You just can't teleport out of Undermountain. So,
Does that mean you could, in theory, teleport to just inside the door and then walk out instead
Maybe.
of teleporting outside the door?
maybe.
We'd have to see that.
I am not keen to try that spell again.
Yeah.
Fair.
Ugh.
Anyway,
Can we have the map, by the way?
The map? Oh,
Mhm.
well, you haven't actually entered the place yet.
Yeah.
Wit entered a little bit.
Well,
Wait, so
the thing is that
the room. So
Okay,
is the rooms
alright.
that Sadar is reading not inside?
So no. It is okay. So what is it? So in the inky blackness, it seems to be a staircase going down, as in trying to envision this for you. So you walk in, you immediately look to the wall on the other side, because the room only appears to be like 3 squares by 3 squares. And so when you look that way, it just appears to be more text. However, when you look down, it appears. Freaking wrote this. Give me a minute. What is it? The way down is a winding boxed stairwell, of which it appears to be bottomless at first glance. The steps that lead downwards appears to be made of a solid green jade, with the walls covered in hieroglyphs. Yes. So what is it? There is a staircase that is leading down in kind of like a boxed spiral, if you will, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And immediately, to the left when you enter, there's a switch.
Does someone with Mage Hand want to hit the switch?
Yeah, might as well.
Make sure everyone's
Okay.
standing back first,
Yeah.
so that nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
I
what
rejoin where everyone is. It's like,
Yeah.
there's a switch over there. Be careful.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
traps.
I know. Jesus.
Somebody.
He points at it with his stick and everything.
Okay, I go ahead and cast Mage Hand
All right.
and go ahead.
When you cast Mage Hand,
Don't be too careful.
listen, those hieroglyphs that were previously very that were incomprehensible. It's just that it was very dark in the room. Suddenly light up a bright golden color. You've just turned on a light switch.
Okay.
Okay.
We're all
Right.
paranoid.
When we're in an ancient dungeon, we don't know what this random switch on the wall does.
Yeah. The switch
Well,
could have
we
been the.
have the bad history with dungeons in this place.
Yeah, we
that
already
too.
have a bad history with them.
We have a very bad history with dungeons, so we're all like, it's a switch. It's probably
we
a
were trying to
death
make
trap.
sure it
Could
wasn't
be
another.
anything.
It wasn't another pick a door lock. Get a spike to the rib. / drown in the freaking desert. Pretty much just Theron. We're trying not to be
Yeah.
Theron.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's no traps on the door. Open the door, and you get shanked by the wall. And then there were no traps on the door. I was being honest with you.
Yeah,
And then you'd be
my
like,
favorite thing was
"Mm,
my favorite thing will be nearly drowning.
in the desert.
And the way I
Sees
and then
best,
how I
climbs down, opens it up. Ow! Passes out. Bathtub fills up with water. Well,
I also
about
really
an
enjoyed
undersea adventure.
I really enjoyed walking out of that room with with the arrow in my chest. Just walk out, handed the trap to Halligan, and then pulled out the arrow and handed it to you. Anyways,
You've turned on the light switch. Congratulations.
all right. How do we want to orient the party?
Whoever's in front
Um,
needs to be tapping the ground with something as we go down the stairs. Before we step on that, like for example, like a pole arm or just a stick or anything really.
Do we want to do Mage
tap
Hand
him.
again? I could like be in the front.
Ah, damn it! I just realized that the
Wait. A better idea. What if we give the mage hand Cesar's staff? That's a stick.
Then have the mage hand a little bit
That could
in front
work.
of
That
us,
could
tapping
work. We
on-
have more range.
Realistically, I'm meaning tapping on the ground more to just make sure it's actually solid and it's not illusionary.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm, mhm.
we could do that. Yeah, that works.
although it is
Cerberus-
worth pointing out
Because
that most
realistically, this is a spiral staircase. If a trap goes off, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cerberus does have reach with the tail, and he has a flight speed. So that's an alternative. But he is
Could work.
big, though.
Yeah.
Alternatively, it is always a better idea to have the rogues go first in these kinds of situations.
Because of evasion.
Yeah, because of evasion and
Mhm.
their reflexes.
So, yeah.
Actually, before I use my staff...
Which, out to me and Maddie.
I have a folding 10-foot pole. I don't know why, but I've written down a folding 10-foot pole, so we'll just we can just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it
let's do that.
works, it
Give that to a
works.
Give
rogue.
it
and,
to
It's
give it to
it's-
either who has better deck saves, Paimon or Skirbo.
Let's see,
Skirbo is
Paimon.
looking at a dex save of 9.
10, bitch.
All right.
I'm not sure that's something you want to be proud of because that means you're going first.
I'll be right
It
behind you with a lantern.
Sarah pulls out the folding pole and assembles it and locks it in place, and then just hands it to you. It's like, here you go. Don't.
This.
Right.
Ticker is
Like
going
a
to
pen.
Ticker's going to take second spot
Get it back,
just
get it back.
because
Mhm.
magic and he can also fly. So
Yeah.
I'll put Cerberus in the middle. That way he can get anyone in front of him or anyone behind him.
Let's assemble the order over here. So Ticker, and then Paimon would go above Ticker.
Over where?
Over here.
I need up there. Yep, now I see you. I'll go ahead and
there he is.
drag him over. Yep. Paimon's still in the crow's nest. Did you already get Sidar over there? Oh, no,
Sidar is.
He's on the lower deck. I found him.
All right.
Where is he?
That's madness.
Well, because we haven't really moved anything or done anything with the map since the fleet battle.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything with this map since the fleet battle.
1, 2, 3.
And so it's such complete madness.
7.
Maddie,
Well, I mean, we did delete some schmucks, I believe, though.
Yeah, Maddie, if you want to move Paimon to there.
Oh yeah.
Actually, what we could do is put the two big guys in the very back.
Yeah,
That way,
weight could just move it.
But Paimon's in the very front. Cancel.
Might be.
Snick.
I lost where everyone was. There we go.
Do we want to put Cerberus before or after Wit?
Wit could probably take up the rear because he has the protective magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cerberus and then Paimon would be here.
Yeah. She's also in between spaces, so I don't know if she's able to move that token anymore.
She should still be able to. There we go.
Can?
There it is.
There you go.
Okay.
Right there. Yep.
There we are. Okay, so
Okay. All right.
that looked like a.
Trying to get this order correctly. No.
Oh yeah, and where's Belladros?
I think he's staying behind.
Yeah, he's staying behind. And so, what is
So
it?
it's just 7 of us.
He's got to make sure that no one else, remember, this is your reward. You get to go in first and take whatever you want.
Yep.
He's just making sure that other people don't come in afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. Before we head down, do we want to see what happens when I touch the wall, or do we just want to say no?
Could.
What's Cerberus's magic meter say?
That is true. He's within 10 feet of the wall. So what? It works like what's the detect magic?
Yeah. I need
okay. Is it?
So I gotta figure out like School of Magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It tells him which school it is.
Okay. All right. So according to something that is similar, it is evocation magic that coats these walls.
I'm just rereading things. Where is that?
Probably don't want to try and devour that magic because
well, yeah, no,
probably way too much.
I was trying to read the details on what all I learned.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what evocation was.
It's the same school as like all light and fireball and all that stuff.
Light, elemental magic, and creation, and I believe light and elemental magic. So creating like ice, fire, electricity, acid, poison.
Okay, so it is the nasty one I was thinking of. Okay.
It can be, but it can also be kind of meh.
Just it's not like transmutation or illusion or necromancy.
Actually, now that I think about it, light is like these are giving off light. Probably magical light. That's probably why he's getting evocation magic from the wall.
Yeah.
So it's probably fine to touch it?
Yeah.
Okay, I poke it with a stick.
Oh. Okay, if you poke in all right. I guess if you poke it,
well, you know what? We'll go for it. We'll just touch it with the hand.
Lick it.
all right. So when your hand gets close, a small orb of what's it? A almost orb of light appears with it. The hieroglyphs mark like what is it within your hand area, where it changes to a slightly different color. So what's it? The hieroglyphs that you were reading.
Mm-hmm.
And when your hand touches the wall, it does that, but it does a whole line, if you will.
Oh, so it's like a reading assistance. You know, you touch the line you're reading, and that line lights up.
Yes.
Okay. So is it just names, or does it tell anything else?
All right. So, give me a second. Back to other notes. Um, um, you do start seeing like in memory of as it's repeated a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but is it just like random names? So it's not like any one of any particular importance. It's not like in memory of blankety blank, a servant of Dendar or something.
They do have titles. It's like there's titles of what's it? You believe them to be of of Saruk rulers, or was it because there's many asterisks and like the great was it the great Sadak and the great what's it the great Sadak, the what was it bearer of what's it the bearer of the wall, the great Ralph well Ralpharius, the creator of the what's it the dome. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll descend.
All right. You descend for
I just
what
remember that
seems
Wit
to
has
be.
I just remember that Wit has the ultimate screw you spell for this situation for the dungeon. He
What's
can
that?
cast Arcane Eye.
Oh.
That is an amazing spell that I'm going to cast as soon as we get to the bottom. Basically, what it does,
That
I
is a good
create an
spell.
invisible magic floating sensor. It can move, and there is no distance as to how far away it can get from me, and it lasts an hour, and I can see through it. So basically, I can cast Arcane Eye, and then I can just say, "I would like a map of the dungeon, please."
Can it go through like doors?
It cannot, but it can go through a gap as big as 1 inch. So at the very least, I could find everywhere that isn't behind a door.
Oh. Okay, well that's not as good as.
I know, but it's still really good. And also, we can keep it
gonna
up and
go
then
see what I
open a
wanna
door
do.
and then send it in and scan the entire room and then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure that Mary has something that's equivalent to like a clipboard and parchment or something. Basically, something so that she can draw up a map for us. So that way
Alright.
our characters don't have to try to internalize this frickin' thing. I have no idea how big it's gonna be.
Okay, so we're gonna move to the beginning. Okay, I can't fit all of you into the room immediately, so we're going to start like this. Okay.
All right.
Paimon is remember this is a circular staircase. Hold up, I need to reveal three more things. There's
I
no
see a
not
little
that.
bit of a name tag.
Yeah.
WH.
That's funny. I don't have any name tags on me.
It's right here. Oh no, it's just Wit. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. All right. So,
I can go here.
ooh, there we go. doorway there, and trying to.
That's not where I meant to move.
Oh, and doorway there. There's a doorway on all sides. Time to describe this funny room. Where are you? Oh,
Where are you?
so get the clicker thing. So on this wall in this corner, there seems to be a huge tan board on one side of the wall, and on this side there seems to be a large toad. What's it? The kind of like the color of a toad, like green fabric board with
Olive green.
strange. Well, yeah, olive green. With mismatched writing of various different scripts that are all just written in there. Oh yes, both of them have writing. That one and that one.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Other than that, there's 4 doorways. In this one, there appears. Okay, so to the north of you, there appears. It is blocked by an archway, and beyond that, there seems to be. There is a statue, not a statue, a face over the doorway. It appears to be that of a old man, and he has ruby eyes.
Okay.
What do you do? Other than that, yeah, there's like three doorways.
Okay.
Well,
What does
4
the
technically.
What does the writing say?
Which one? The one on this one or the one on this one?
The green one first.
All right. The green one. Okay. So, remind me what languages you know.
Uh, I cast comprehend languages. I know all of them.
All right, comprehend languages. Let's go down the list. All right. So, wait,
If
does
they
it
all
tell you
if they say the
they
same
are?
thing in all the different languages, then you know. But basically, I understand any written language I see. It is the literal meaning. Takes about a minute to read one page of text.
All right. Can you understand like what language it is, or
It doesn't say I can, but I
as in
imagine
like can you like decipher it and say, oh yeah, that's what this language is,
no.
or do you just read it? Okay.
I just
All
read it.
right, you just read it then.
In terms of languages, I know it's just common and Thracian. And then let's see here. Wit has Giganti and Dwarvish.
All right.
I don't know what else anyone else has, but a lot of languages we have shared between us. But anyways, comprehend languages. What the heck does this thing say?
All right. It appears to be like some kind of review board as you start reading through with what's it as you start reading through and you start seeing like people leave reviews. Listen, some guy named Hallister wrote that, oh, mine's better. There's what um
Would
let's
I
see.
know would I know who Hallister Blackcloak is?
uh well, I guess roll a history check. 20. You know who he is.
Well, this is certainly a large dungeon. Hallister compared it to
Oh,
Hallister Blackcloak compared it to his dungeon.
let's see. Some other ones read could have used a bit more skeletons, but still 9 out of 10. The initial
Wait,
written was V.
I'm sorry. What
Vecna.
the hell did I come back to?
We're
Is there
reading.
user reviews of this dungeon?
Yes, and one of them was by Hallister Blackcloak saying mine's better, and this new one is probably by Vecna saying 9 out of 10 could have used more skeletons.
Oh my god.
We have 5 stars. Best vacation spot this side of the known universe by some guy who refers to himself as Ace.
I can't leave you guys
Sarah
alone
Rack,
for
got
1 minute.
A Sarah
Alright.
Rack. Fantastic.
Another one reads very sufficient. When I go and do my thing across the mortal realms, I will exempt these people from my wrath. Some guy who calls himself Orko.
Orcus.
There's one from Croneria that just says too time consuming, 0 out of 10. It's ironic from a time god.
So we just have reviews from like some of the most evil necromancers across the freaking multiverse.
Let's see. There's also pretty good for Snake Witch work. It's written in a very chaotic style. It just wrote down Baphomet for that.
I had to step away for a minute, but did I just hear that this dungeon is a monument to a bunch of necromancers?
No.
This dungeon is user reviews.
Yes, this place has user reviews from a bunch of necromancers and also Baphomet. Yeah, Baphomet, Acererak, Vecna,
Lovely.
Orcus, and Halister Blackcloak, aka the Mad Mage of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That's who that is.
Oh, lovely. User reviews and tips. Yelp reviews on necromancy from
Goodness.
the Lich of all Liches and Vecna and
The 2 liches of all liches.
What?
Vecna and Acererak.
Yeah.
And these are just in like common, or what are they in?
They're in languages that Ticker can read because he casted the spell comprehend languages, and one of the language I was pretty sure that only druids could read because it's
Druidic.
beast speak.
Oh.
It's the one that Baphomet knows.
Yeah, figured as much.
So you're just saying all this to everyone, and
I imagine
Mary's
Orcus is written in Abyssal.
Yeah.
freaking Mary's just gonna say, I would like to once again say for the record, this is a bad idea.
What
No,
does
what are
your
you
opinion
talking
is good.
about? This isn't a bad idea. This is cool.
We are doing it, and not why letting some other fool.
Oh yeah, there's also like another
Like,
one
we're
that's
probably
like
gonna
written by
die.
some person with is written by like someone's bloody finger. Triple V is the initial, but it's just written down that. Yeah, I think the poem's a bit much, don't you think?
What does the other board say?
Ah, the other board. All right, because you have comprehend languages active.
What, you think I'm not going to go into this place with comprehend languages prepared?
Yeah, I know. It's just to those who've heard of tales of a dungeon deep where realities converge and dragons sleep. If on your journey this place you seek, do not go inside. Turn and run, do not delve down, leave at once, forget what's found, and pray you do not make a sound. Do not go inside. A tortured body, a fractured mind are all that awaits should you try to peer into the depths of mine. Do not go inside. Alas, no eye have seen it all, and in this time, as I recall, on deaf ears my warnings fall, because you went inside anyways. Since you have decided not to heed my final warning, and for those that that there shall be many a reason for mourning, you shall find my words informing, that is, if you want to live. And that is all that is written.
So basically saying, don't go in, you idiot.
Yes.
Too
You know,
bad.
they really should have put this on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
It's fine. We're still alive. It don't matter. Maybe we'll die inside. Who knows?
I'm already dead inside.
Oh no, I feel that.
I don't think you do. You've never worked customer service.
Oh, we're going there.
Okay, never mind then.
Brad,
I don't even know what the fuck customer service is.
you don't get to talk,
I'm
Brad.
not saying anything. I'm not talking at all. I'm just been like, oh, okay. We're escalating things, are we?
You don't get to talk. You've never worked customer service.
That's fine. I'm not saying anything like, oh, okay. Things are escalating.
Mary definitely had. She's a woman in her mid-30s. She definitely had to do a McDonald's or something for her college tuition in New York.
In real life, New York City.
And after that, she worked as a librarian, and then she had to work for the FBI. Yeah, it's no, there's no way she's still alive inside. Her soul left her a long time ago. Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
All right. Well, I suppose.
So the archway has an old man's face with ruby eyes.
Yep.
Is the old man... Does he have any particularly distinguishing features?
Well, other than a large beard and very long hair, no, not really. I mean, you would always make like a history check or something.
Yes.
All right, 14. You feel like you've seen this visage once, but no books can tell you what it is.
Is it too recent for Captain Skirvo?
I don't know, Captain Skirvo. You want to roll for it?
I'll try. We'll see if Captain Skirvo is too old to know what an iTunes is. There it is.
In 19, yeah, listen. You've seen a artistic depiction of this person,
but no name.
But other than that, no, not really a name.
Before we touch, I mean, I assume these other three things are doors, and there's an archway. It sounds like.
Yep. This
are
is
there
the
any?
archway.
Okay. Is Cerberus down here yet, or no?
Once again, there's not enough room.
Okay. Is he within 10 feet of down here?
Yes.
Okay.
He would be like kind of floating above Sidar in a way.
Okay. Are there any magical effects within that 10-foot sphere of him?
All right. So
yeah, it's not the exact wording. It's he faintly senses the location of any magical effect within range of his blind sight, and innately knows such a magical effect can be dispelled. I'm more interested in the are there magical effects than the dispelled part.
In 10 feet of him, that direction. That direction. Yeah. I'm keeping track of that.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
I was just making sure. So the archway is well within.
I just realized that there's the image that.
Well, I mean, okay, that's the archway.
Yeah, the archway is within 10 feet of him, so.
Yeah.
Is the archway magic?
No.
Okay.
I just realized that.
I've read Tomb of Horrors. I know not to trust an archway. I know how nasty Tomb of Horrors archways are. Oh, you walk through an archway, you're dead.
Hello, Sphere of Annihilation.
Wait, it's really that mean? It's not even.
I mean, you can see the hallway. So there's stuff in the hallway.
What's in the hallway?
Well, I already told you. It's like on this end of the hallway, there's the statue of that old man that you feel like you've seen once somewhere.
Is the
with
statue
the
magic?
ruby eyes. He's not
Mary's
within
an
range.
isekai protagonist. She can't read this one.
Ritually cast detect magic with
All
ticker.
right.
So that's a 30-foot range.
All
It
right.
is
So,
probably blocked by the walls.
all right. So there's 10 minutes. What do the rest of you want to do in 10 minutes?
I am.
I just don't want to burn spell slots because we're gonna need them.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Right. But remember, time is of the essence, and time is money.
We have
Well,
what, 2 weeks? I believe you
30
said we have 2
days.
weeks. 30 days.
Yeah.
We have 30 days
30
in the
days.
3 weeks.
before.
10 minutes is nothing on the scale of 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it's still. But you must remember, it's like you haven't told anyone you're ritually casting it. You're just saying, "Yeah, I'm
Well,
going to
he
ritually
Well, I
would-
cast."
think we can
he
see
would-
him starting to make
First
magic,
of all,
do
yeah,
magic words.
they could
He's,
see him
he's
like
speaking
tinkering
magic
with.
words and doing gestures.
They could see him tinkering with the detect magic device, and second of all, he could tell them as he start. He could tell them like.
All right, make that clear though.
All right. we
Okay,
got-
I will tell everyone else that I would rather not waste energy, and I'm going to conserve energy, and it will take me a bit longer to cast detect magic.
All right.
In-game words. I don't know what the in-game way of saying that would be. Whatever.
It's like, give me a moment. I am fixing my device real quick to see. Listen, so
Probably
that we
more like
can
calibrating, not fixing.
Yeah. Calibrating,
Calibrating.
and then burning energy is like doing it the quick way that'll burn out the sensors or something.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry.
Consume
Oh,
a
don't
battery
mind me.
or
I'm just
something.
gonna be here, stuck between a probably cursed wall and a dragon.
I am curious if there are any if there's any other writing around.
Most of the so my detect magic lasts an hour, right?
Last 10 minutes, comprehend languages last an hour, but comprehend languages would still be up while I'm preparing to cast detect magic.
Oh yeah, that's what I was referring to other way
And
around.
Cerberus was always active.
Well, I mean, the hieroglyphs are still, what is it? Still have the same things. Was it more names of people, probably memoriam?
Probably the people who built the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you guys are just gonna sit down for 10 minutes, or?
Yep.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
there's not much to do in the first room.
Yeah, especially when we
All
can't
right.
have the whole party in there too.
Gotcha. All right. So ticker, your detect magic is up.
Okay.
What do you do now?
Well, first of all, it probably can't get through the walls. The walls are probably thick enough that either thick enough or this star metal is blocking it.
Hmm.
But statue, is that magic?
Yes. There's
What
something
kind?
coming from the eyes.
What kind?
Second. All right. So,
If the eyes are like cameras, it would be
typing.
divination magic.
Oh, what is this spell? All right. Evocation magic.
Okay.
Maybe it's something like
Laser eyes?
say Mad Mage or something like that, where instead the rubies are like the origination of like Scorching Ray or something like that, like a trap.
Yeah.
Built into the statue.
That's my guess. Is there any other magic on any of the doors, on the floor, on the ceiling, on the walls, on the review boards?
No wait. Listen. Do you read what's inside that room, or no?
Inside what room?
Well, not room, but like this hallway.
Yeah.
All right. In the midst of like, what is it? in the midst of like all the lines of people's names, there seems to be a bit that sticks out, as it starts with this. The master stares with eyes aglow on all those who are below, but for those who wish to go slow, the eyes they will forsake.
The master
sorry, did that-
stares on all below for those who wish. The master stares with eyes aglow, so the eyes look at people who go here. But for those who wish to go slow, the eyes will forsake.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a dungeon that hates people being careful.
No, I think it's the opposite.
I mean, from the sounds of it, it sounds like if we take too long in this room, the eyes are just going to start shooting us.
Well, that would be this hallway. Because Ticker's looking into the hallway.
Yeah.
Because they glow and they watch people who come down here.
Yeah.
And then
anything on any of the doors?
Like detect magic wise?
Detect magic wise.
No. Nothing
Or
on the
around
door.
any of the doors?
Not around any of the doors.
The review boards?
The review board. No.
Behind the review boards?
Behind the review boards, no.
All right, I think it's high time we investigation check these doors to make sure they're not trapped.
Yes. We know they're not trapped
All right.
magically. They might be trapped mundanely, though.
All right.
I'm not even going to bother I'm not even going to bother looking at preparing fine traps because that spell is freaking awful.
What does it do exactly?
It is awful because, to quote, this spell merely reveals that a trap is present. You don't learn the location of each trap, but you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by a trap you sense. It is freaking worthless. It is a second level spell.
So it's just, there are traps here. It's a dungeon. We never would have guessed.
Yeah, it's a second level spell, and it has a range of 120 feet. It is awful. I'm actually going to be fixing
There is a trap somewhere.
There is a trap. Okay,
somewhere
where?
in this room. Gee, it's a dungeon. Whoever would have guessed there would be a trap
could be in this very room. It could be me. It could be you.
Oh my goodness.
It could be any one of us.
Oh.
Okay, so a 27 investigation check on this one.
No, you find nothing.
This one's good, more than likely.
And that investigation check counts for the door and the area around the door, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So like this whole.
I'm just making sure you're not gonna screw us over by saying, "Oh, you checked the door, but you didn't check the wall by the door."
I have a feeling Skirvo would have warned her about that.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that Spencer's not going to screw us over by doing that.
No, that happened last time because the trap triggers is like when you get to the door.
Anyways.
But yes.
So that door's probably fine. I guess I'll check the other doors while I'm at it. I'll just that 21 is a 23.
All
right. Because that reliable talent thing. It's not reliable talent, but it has the similar effect to reliable talent. I don't remember what it's called.
Skill master. Skill mastery.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
we're going to
23.
speed this along. There are no traps for any of these 3 doors.
All right.
They're just doors.
All right, cool. You just
granted they do have different designs, but they're still just doors.
They have different designs. What do they look like?
You know, I should probably just start, just to speed things along, I should probably just start by saying lowest I can roll is a 23.
Yeah.
All right. So, shoot, I forgot to describe doors. Okay. So, on this, so they all seem to have some sort of designs of people that look like Saruk, but of various different colors. The one on the left, has some sort of was it sapphire-esque light coming from it, or at least what is it? So the outlines of all the depictions of Saruk's people has a sapphire lining. The one on the right is emerald lining, and the one uh, we're going to say south for all due intensive purposes has ruby lining.
And then the northern one?
The northern one, because it is an archway, does not have one.
Well, I meant the
But
door
this
beyond
door,
the archway.
the door beyond it seems to be very different, is different from the rest, or at least pattern wise, because it seems to be made out of solid marble.
Okay. So, I have a thought.
Yeah.
So, this might be completely wrong, but I suggest we
Mhm.
open the emerald door first. And that is because there was an emerald orb, there was not a sapphire or a ruby orb.
That's
In
a
fact,
that's a good
Yeah.
in fact, ruby dragons aren't even a thing. Why aren't they a thing? That's weird.
Because Sardior, who's supposedly basically the Bahamut of gem dragons, is a ruby dragon, but
Oh,
he's dead.
so ruby dragons are to gem dragons what platinum dragons are to metallic dragons.
Yes,
Okay.
or at least that's the understanding I have.
Anyways, we should open the emerald door first, just in case that assumption is at all correct, because like it
Mhm.
matches up.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, because this is like a solid stone door. Who's the one opening it?
I have gauntlets of ogre power. I will open it.
All right.
Everybody stand back.
I guess roll, if you
Strength,
will.
athletics check then.
Yep,
Probably.
athletics check. All right, you manage to open this door, and
You hear hydraulic.
a
You
hallway.
hear the sounds of the hydraulics attached to Ticker's arms, like as they pull up. Okay.
All right,
That
Which
sounded
so you
just
familiar.
see a hall.
curious, which direction do they open? The,
They listen. They So the way how it opens uh, is that it opens like leftwards. Wait, trying to figure out what are the terms you.
does it slide? Does it turn? Does it go up? Does it?
It slides.
Okay, so it slides to the left of the person opening the door.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious.
Boo doo boo boo.
All right.
Oh, I guess I should
I
reveal a bit more.
swear.
So what you
We
see
need
in
that
front of
soundbite. That
you.
is a soundbite we need. The Zelda
I was gonna
secret
say.
noise.
I was going to
Oh,
say the puzzle solved. The puzzle solved chime. If
there we
you
go.
don't do that, John, I swear, I
So
will drive back
inside,
up there just to hit you.
um, so,
I'm gonna write that
uh,
down right now.
so that means that ooh, that ticker is over there, which means these guys would be farther. There we go. Wait, no, wrong order. Nope. There we go. Go there, go there, which means we have enough room for the next person in line, and the next person in line was Cerberus. Okay. Which means we go back to this. We take the token that's all the way here in the shadow
Mhm.
and move him over there.
So the hallway goes forward and then curves.
Yes, and curves to the right.
Okay. Wit probably would have communicated the whole arcane eye thing. So Ticker's going to call up to him, and then Wit is going to cast arcane eye. So
All right.
I would like to know what is beyond that curve.
Ah, yes.
And the arcane eye is intangible, so it can't trigger any traps.
All right. Wait, that's the wrong one. Reveal. There we go. I was about to give you less. Okay. So, what's it? So it opens up into an archway beyond this as it reveals yet another room with what appears to be a fountain with flowing red liquid.
There's a fountain with red liquid inside.
It also has a description above it, of which I don't think Wit can
Is it written
read.
in Common, Dwarvish, or Giganti?
No.
Okay, no, he cannot. And
Uh-huh.
Arcane Eye is concentration, so he can't cast Comprehend Languages along with it.
So, yeah, so
How long does Arcane Eye last?
An hour?
There. Yeah.
Okay.
So Mary's just gonna be like, because of course there is. All right. I guess
Paimon?
get the stick. Get tip tap.
I'm tip tapping. Goodness gracious.
Fountain full, just got
There
a
we
fountain.
go.
What's the viscosity of this red liquid?
Instead of these nuts.
I mean, it appears to be easily flowing like water.
Okay. I was like, because blood is more viscous than water, so if it's blood, then it is going to. And is it like
It is
an
a
Be a
opaque?
little bit more
Very
viscous.
inefficient fountain.
Is it an opaque liquid or is it clear like water?
It's a pretty opaque liquid from what you can tell.
I mean, the arcane eye can move as close as I want it to, so.
Yeah. From what you can tell, you can't see anything beyond it.
Yeah.
It's just like a very. Oh wait, back to select. It's just like a very small well.
Okay. So a fountain full of
Actually,
opaque red liquid. How dark
hold up.
red are we talking here? Are we talking like a crimson or a light red or like a blood red or?
Like a crimson.
Okay.
We should. There we go. That way it's more easy to identify.
Okay, creepy well full of opaque red liquid. Fantastic.
It's Gatorade.
Somehow I think it's not
Gatorade is not opaque. Kool-Aid is opaque.
Yeah. You know what?
Blood
Because this
thinned
is
out with
dungeon.
blood is opaque.
You know what? This dungeon is a sin. It's both. It's both.
It's a
Someone
mixture of
mixed them.
Kool-Aid and
Kool-Aid.
Gatorade.
Yeah. Somebody made Kool-Aid using Gatorade instead of water.
Oh dear goodness. Just the amount of sugar in that would be insane.
Like
I
I
said,
said,
Gatorade.
I said it was a sin.
What if they use zero sugar Gatorade though?
Okay,
I
then it
don't
wouldn't
know,
have a
it's
ton
still-
of sugar. Then it would just have a ton of artificial sweeteners. It would still be inedible. It would still be inedibly sweet.
Why do I have
It
this
could
superpower of going on crazy tangents?
Could be blood with a whole lot of warfarin in it, blood thinners, so that it's more like water.
The blood of a person with like heart valves, so they have to take blood thinners.
with hemophilia or something.
Yeah.
Say, snakes have really
Anyways.
good senses of smell.
Anyways,
So can Sadar
Anyways,
smell
any other doors
anything?
in this room?
No. It's
Because-
I guess I'm not
Okay.
revealing like the edge of that wall there, but nah, it just seems to be a singular room.
Is there anything on the walls?
Well,
The text
there's
you
more of that
mentioned.
writing, but with the arcane
Yeah,
eye, you
the
can't
arcane eye can't
read
read it.
any of it.
Yeah, I know. I was just.
Since snakes have really good senses of smell, can Sadar smell whatever is in the pool of mysterious liquid? Or I guess would it be taste because it's smelling with your tongue? Whatever.
It's smell.
I feel like that would
It's
be a
smell.
They're
perception check.
It's complicated. You're basically just taking the scent particles with your tongue and then putting them in these pockets that are in your mouth.
27. Yeah, you can smell it. It smells. What's it? It smells familiar to was it homeland? It's not the right word. It smells familiar to a liquid that you remember that the elders talked about sometimes. It's something that can be used for what you remember are some kind of ailments.
Oh, it's a fountain full of healing potion.
Yeah. His tongue is just flicking out, and like, I smell up ahead pool of healing elixir. Not for general purpose, but for some ailments.
Interesting.
What? Just that somebody just gone and plumb made a pool of a healing potion.
What is one of the other? Is one of the other rooms gonna have one with freaking mana potion or something?
the next, like we open the next room, it's just freaking. We open the next room, it's just like it's a mana potion. We open the final room, it's a stamina potion, and we're just like, hey, Bellatrix, you're gonna want to come down here and see this because there's like literally nothing else down here. And Bellatrix is gonna be like, what?
We open the last door and it's just like the rejuvenation potion that sometimes exists in games where it heals all three. Yeah. There's no Dendar. There's no traps. It's just those three fountains. Spencer's
I want to say the line. I want to say the line. I want to say the line, but I can't say it till the end.
We're just all like, the fuck. All right.
All of this for the fountain of youth.
Bellatrix just being. I'm more imagining like we're all like, oh phew, and here we thought we were diving into head first into, and then you got Bellatrix who's just like, I just wasted the last 50 years.
Well, it's because the hilarious thing is we're just like, we're down here and like, oh look, it's Yelp reviews from Acerak and Vecna. Lovely.
Yeah,
and they're just like, oh, yes, this healing potion is fantastic.
Just to test something. Can the Arcane Eye move through any of the walls?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Bummer.
Just test if any of the walls are fake.
Really, Acerak just like, this pool of healing potion is his top quality. 5 out of 5. 10 stars.
5 out of 7, perfect score.
No, it's just one of the reviews is just
7.4 out of 10. Too much water.
There's that one star review, and it's like, Acerak or whatever, who's part skeleton, is like, it didn't heal my face. I'm still a skeleton.
There's just another marking from Croneria that just says 2 out of 10, too time consuming. It's just like there's one of those in every room, and you just realize at a certain point Croneria was just trolling someone.
Anyways.
Yes, I am turning your.
What do you do with this information?
So we should probably go down the hallway just so we can test, detect magic the thing to see if it actually is healing potion.
Also, so that we can read the wall inscription.
Yeah, sir, you go. Sir Burrow, you go first, followed by Ticker, because you got the magic looks. Look with your magic eye, you big too many-headed dragon.
All right.
Okay.
You big
For all I know, I'm gonna wake up and you're gonna have another one.
He meanders down the hall and sticks one of the heads in.
I don't think there's enough room for you. Hold up.
So he can squeeze.
All right, squeeze.
Plus, I mean, being a dragon, I mean, he's more long than he is fat.
And also,
Yeah.
if you didn't plan for us to bring large creatures in, that's your fault. Like, you knew we
Yeah.
had 2 large party members. You should have planned accordingly.
Yeah.
We
And
yeah,
dragons are
he's
more
not-
long and sinewy, so the 2x2 is probably more like just curling around himself like a snake.
All right.
he's
Also,
not
so just sort of-
Themberchod.
Yeah,
No, he's
no,
not Thunderchild.
he's not. He's not Big Tungus.
That would be that would be hilarious, and I kind of want to use Themberchod for something.
No. Thraxamundar is Femberchod.
He's
Remember,
green
we made him
Thunderchild.
dumplings. Whoop.
He's big.
He has
red.
green Femberchod. We made him dumplings.
All right. So what do you see
All right.
with your
magic eyes.
What do you see with your special eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Well,
does
you-
he see?
I better use my special
Brain.
robot vision to see inside this.
You see the exact same thing the arcane eye saw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Any magical effects? Any
Yes.
magical effects?
Okay, give me a
If it
second
is
while
healing potion, it'll be restoration magic.
Well, it doesn't it doesn't say I learned the
Well, yeah,
school.
I
It
know.
just says I
know.
learned the just magical effect.
Yeah. If
Uh,
it's magic, then, but yeah.
yeah. Ticker
It's magic.
learns
Congratulations, you figured
Yeah,
out it's
quickly.
magic.
learns what school it is.
Tigger
Um,
could come forward a little bit.
Oh yeah. The room is magic.
The
Like the
entire
whole
room?
room?
Yeah, the entire room is magic.
Perhaps it's what keeps the fountaining. Cerberus will move out of the way so Ticker can go translate the wall. Yes.
Ticker doesn't have comprehend languages up anymore, so Ticker and
Oh.
Sidar are probably moving up to this area. Like Sidar up to like
London.
here, and looking around the
London.
corner.
I mean, he
Um,
is Snake Boy.
Yeah. And Ticker, what kind of magic is in the room?
All right.
That's probably the efficient way of doing it. Have Cerberus just be like, there is magic here, and then we cast detect magic after that.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that.
We just didn't have room for
what is
Cerberus
it?
at first.
I gotta write what school of magic these things are. Is it really? Okay. All right.
Keep in mind,
listen.
schools are a little different.
Yeah, if it's healing potions or healing magic, it's restoration.
Well, yeah. Okay. So this is restoration. The room is necromancy.
Well, I mean, kind of makes sense.
Oh.
Life magic.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's just confusing that. I'm just confused as to. Oh, false life.
Well, there's that, and necromancy is just life magic in general. So.
Well, yeah, but like restoration includes revival spells. False life is
True.
still necromancy.
Ah.
And the reason, by the way, is because it's like a necromancer's spell. Like you're basically. But that's why it's necromancy, is because it's supposed to be associated with like warlocks and necromancers, not.
Right.
If that is the spell in question, by the way, I don't know if it is.
What? Okay. Sidar looks at the wall. What does the wall say?
The wall is more of the names, but there is the inscription. Like, okay, so because it is a fountain, there's something. There's like a small thing in the center that's wrapped around it that has text on it. You'd have to enter the room to read part of it, because the only part that you can read is, what is it? Is a refreshing, and then it would skip a couple, but it also helps, and then it skips a couple, whose souls are filled, skips a couple, for thee. That's what you can read on this side.
Risk going into the room?
I mean, given that we're getting restoration magic from the fountain, I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
might as well.
Alright, risk it for the biscuit. Into the room.
I mean, at worst, you take a tiny bit of damage, and well, actually, at worst, you
And
die.
then suddenly-
which may resist anyways.
And then suddenly, nothing happens. You enter the room.
Fantastic. I slither around the fountain reading the whole inscription.
All right.
I assume it
pool
like
of-
wrapped around the fountain as
Yeah.
as
It wrapped around the fountain. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you can only read parts of it.
yeah, that's what I assumed.
A pool of refreshing drink. This is indeed, but it also helps those who are in need. For those whose souls are filled with greed, this is a poison for thee.
Okay, so like,
Oh.
Souls are filled with what?
greed. So my guess
Oh,
is
greed.
if you try and drink
Drink
more
too
than you
much.
need, then it poisons you.
Yeah.
Like
Probably.
it heals you up to a point, but if you take too much, then it poisons you.
Yeah.
There's actually
Okay, okay.
fact. There's actually some flowers that do that to bees. If the bees get greedy with getting pollen or nectar, then it'll poison the bees.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay. So emerald, which is green, gave us a pool of healing potion. And then we had what, ruby and sapphire?
Yes.
Green for life.
Sapphire's probably safe. So open the
Water.
sapphire door next.
All right.
I shall make an athletic. Actually, no, we have Cerberus down here. Cerberus can do it.
Okay. Cerberus will push open the door. He has plus 16.
All right, the sapphire door.
Yes. Do you want me to roll, or is plus 16 just simply sufficient?
Plus 16
I mean,
is
you could just
sufficient
take
for
10.
our needs.
You can
So
just
yeah,
take
I'll
10.
take 26. And he has powerful build and is a large creature, so he has the strength. He has the carrying, lifting, pushing capacity of a huge creature. Boop, with a strength score of 22.
Arcane
Door
Eye,
is
down the
open.
hallway.
All right.
Cerberus,
so-
you feel a magical effect enter your field and then exit it.
Woo! Like, oh, there's magic.
What is
Magic!
it? Okay.
No magic. False alarm.
All right. Hold up.
Jump scare.
Mary's sitting
Reveal.
here drawing maps based on the descriptions.
Yeah, that'll totally just be what Cerberus does. One of his heads will just shout magic anytime he senses something.
Which head? The white one? You have a white head?
All right.
Not yet.
Okay. So
It's
No,
a
we
as
white
soon
have-
as Arcane
yeah,
Eye
it's not
enters
bad.
this room,
It's a different head each time.
it dissipates.
Oh, it gets dispelled?
Yes.
Anti-magic field, maybe.
But other than that, from what you've seen of the room, there
Yeah,
doesn't
from what I
appear to
seen
be
from
anything
outside
of
the room
interest.
before I went in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's in there again?
Okay, so hallway before there's once again a little archway with a little bit of text written on it. And other than that, nothing. The
Okay,
room seems to
nothing.
have just nothing. There seems to be a solid stone floor, and oh wait, there's a chest in the corner.
Aha!
Put that in.
Okay.
Cerberus does obligatory sense around the corner for magic. And what anti-magic? Show up as
Anti-magic,
magic?
if you're curious, anti-magic field is abjuration. Just for future reference.
Okay. You do not sense any magic as Cerberus goes in and tries to feel around the corner.
Interesting. He'll walk near the box. And you magic from the box.
Oh. Cerberus goes inside the room.
Actually,
No, I think he's referring to this box that's on the.
Well,
Oh.
I was thinking. Well, actually, if he's a large creature and it's 10 feet, so if he goes right here to the archway,
We should
10. Okay,
actually
what?
read the inscription on the archway first.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So Sidar can probably read it.
Sidar reads the inscription.
Read.
Where is Sidar?
I don't know.
He's probably
right
under
between-
Cerberus's fat ass.
He's right between Ticker and Gervo, right here.
Yeah, he carrying that whole bakery back there. Sheesh.
Hey, he has to eat a lot. He has 4 heads he has to keep fed. 4 heads eating for one body.
Well,
Okay,
listen,
what does the inscription say?
When you're well fed.
It says, it seems to be of a crude text, and unlike all the other hieroglyphs before, it just simply reads, "Give me the munchies."
Oh, he want them edibles, man.
Wait! I know we were joking about it, but is this just a box of food? The mana potion and the healing potion? Should I will relay that.
Honestly, yeah,
All it says is, "Give me the munchies."
So I'm just like,
I'm
I just wanted to briefly add on to Maddie's prior comment about the bakery. Just freaking Sidar and Lord of sort of appear on Cerberus's back. It's just like, it's like, hello, we're selling baked goods.
Any
flying
magic?
donut shop.
Any magic coming from the box?
No magic coming from the box.
Okay.
I-
Or
I
the
guess I
archway?
should put the thing. Hold on a second. We're going to actually put the box in there. There we go. Box. From the archway, no.
And from the room itself?
From the room itself, none.
That really raises questions of how the arcane eye went away then.
It could be
It had not been an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't time out.
Didn't time out. The only thing I can think of is maybe there was someone in there that could see it, because if you have true sight, you can see it, and that counterspelled it. Or not counterspelled it, dispelled it, like just dispel magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's not a web of dispel magic. Because
if there was the magic, that would
Magical, since the magical effect would have noticed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And detect magic would have noticed it, so
yeah.
Okay.
Any other way of testing?
See here, try to mage hand inside, because I have a psionic mage hand with Ticker, so try to mage hand inside there.
All right. Question. Can you see your mage hand?
No. But I can probably sense it.
Okay. Well, after it goes past this point, in a in a very quick flash of you see some in a very quick flash of light, it dissipates inside the room.
Is there any
Maybe it's protection against invisibility.
Is there any
So far, the arcane eye and both are invisible. So what about
is there any magic that radiates from that flash?
No.
How? Like, what? I'm pretty sure you need to use magic to dispel magic, right?
You do.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's how anti-magic works. It's still magic, it's just anti-magic. Like counterspell or dispel.
Like, what?
There's
What?
something
Okay.
going on with
we
the
can-
room.
Okay, let's just not go in that room.
Well, do you want to try a
Any
visible
other way?
mage hand or no?
I mean, you do
Do
have
you
that
want to?
10
Do you
foot
want to try
pole.
Yeah, I guess poke the
poke it with a stick?
poke the stick
Poke it with-
into through the archway.
All right. So another flash of light. What is it? The stick snaps in half with incredible force. But
Ow.
yes, the only part that you have left is what's it? It seems to be going too fast for you to recognize what it is. But what's it? There appears to be some sort of thing that's either in the room, but whatever it is, it appears a giant bite mark has been taken out of this 10-foot pole, and now you have a 5-foot pole.
So so it must be some sort of monster that eats magic, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to eat the arcane eye because it's intangible.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just not go in that room.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that room's a mimic.
Yeah, honestly,
That room
that might be correct. That room might just be a mimic.
Yeah, that room is a mimic. Let's just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
it has a and everything. It's a mimic.
You know what? We're gonna
Okay.
you know what? We're gonna put a post-it note on the wall. Yeah, just this room is a mimic.
Nah, I just put mimic.
Even still, I feel like we'd be detecting some latent transmutation magic from a mimic. But whatever.
True. But for some reason, Spencer's like, no, I'm not going to tell you what it is, so we're just going to move on.
So we're just not gonna go in
okay.
that room. Anyways, what's behind
This
door
is
number?
door.
What's behind door number Ruby?
All right, Ruby door. Cerberus is going to open the door, I assume. Okay, we're going to do the reveal thing. We're going to. All right, so you see down this hallway, and you goes all the way. Listen, here. Hold up. And it will stop. What's it? Yeah, we'll say right there. You do notice that there is like a small hallway off to the right immediately as you enter, and you will notice a small hallway off to the. What is it? Okay, I'm not going to be doing things in accordance to your things. You have something to the west, something to the east, and there appears to be a hallway. Well, not a hallway, but a room down here
What is
with
is that?
indication that there. Yeah, so
Is that an
everything that looks
archway?
like that's an archway.
Okay.
So that you can differentiate between archways and doors.
I'm gonna make a recommendation.
Yeah.
I would recommend you color the archways a different color.
Okay, all right.
Just you don't have to do it now. Just like between sessions or something.
Okay.
Just so we know. Oh, that's an archway. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Are we going to? Did he?
Recast Arcane Eye.
Are we going to? Yep.
Not go through the archway at first. So we're gonna stop it here and look in the direction we'll look in that direction from the hallway.
All right. So no. Right. Okay. So this. Let's see. So how am I going to do this? Okay. So not right. There we go. There's a doorway right there. There's a doorway right here.
And the red thing?
Oh, the red thing. It appears to be a tapestry of sorts.
Okay. Look
What
down
does
this
tapestry
hallway.
look like?
All right. This hallway leads.
I'm not moving the Arcane Eye down the hallways yet.
And
then it turns.
Oh,
and yeah, it turns, and you see a door.
Okay. Look at the tapestry.
All right. The tapestry seems to be a wonderful piece of art. There seems to be two, listen, um, there seems to be, two of these people that look like Sidar, and it appears, and it looks like that they might have, some kind of relationship with one another, depending upon like how their hands are being clasped by one another.
Okay. Cool. Come to just the edge of the archway.
All right, just the edge of the archway.
Look into the room.
There is a small room, and in the room seems to be, a small candelabra with no light.
Okay. What do the doors look like?
Oh, hold up. There is a door right here.
Okay. What
All
do
right.
the four doors look like?
Okay. 4 doors.
I'm gonna put some text on the map, just so we can remember for future reference.
Right. That door's opened and that door is opened.
I just thought of something. The room says, "Give me the munchies."
Mm-hmm.
What if we just gave it food?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry
Huh.
about it right now.
Try. Oh, I have so much food that I pickpocketed.
Not gonna worry about this. Let's look at these
Yeah.
things first.
But yes, so all four of these doors have that same ruby outline, but they do depict, wait, not this one. Not this one. This has something else. There appears to be a window in this door, and I'm trying to think of, but yes. So in the middle of this room, there appears to be gosh dang it, freaking, there appears to be a, trying to think, because it's, gosh dang it, and then just kind of spoils it. Okay, there seems to be a chest inside this room. Actually, you can look in this room, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, we can
Wait,
look through the window.
Yeah, you can look through the window. So I'm going to, no, freaking, I did. There we go. And so in this room, there appears to be some expensive looking vases.
Hooray. Canopic jars. I vote we do not go in that room because magic jar is a thing.
Oh yeah, there's also
Mm.
like was a description above the door.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
What's
read
the
that
door
later.
say?
Wait,
Yeah,
probably can't read it.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, are we gonna wait to fully have the eye look on everything before we have
Yes.
the magic
It's our
crew
magic
and the
drone before. It's our magic recon drone. That's what's going on.
Yep.
drone.
And then,
Step one, recon drone. Step two,
And
dragon.
then,
Step
so
three.
do the ruby outline doors look any different?
Oh, so the ruby outline doors. It's did I did. Okay, so what is it? So much like this doorway up here, this one appears to be made entirely out of marble with that ruby outline.
Okay. Any other differences?
Other than that, no, the two other doors seem to be similar. Okay, well, this one has a void, where there would normally be some sort of outline. It appears to have it has no outline whatsoever, and just seems to be a solid slab of a substance.
Look behind the tapestry, because the tapestry's probably hanging on the wall, and there's probably a little gap I can look in.
Oh, nifty you! You find a long hallway. And at the end of the hallway seems to be a strange little stand which sits a tiny floating gem of sorts.
Of what color?
It's chromatic. So
Oh, it's prismatic.
it's prismatic. There we go. So it just changes.
Okay. Let's go read some writing.
All right.
With
Give us
tappy,
the
tappy,
reading.
tappy, tappy, so that if there are any traps that we don't run right into them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we only have a 5-foot stick now, but we have a stick still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would have been kind of hilarious if we like had somebody be like a supply line, just somebody go back, get sticks.
Feed them to the mimic.
Actually, we could write a note on Sidar's snake.
And we could, but
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And have them go back and be like requisitioning sticks for tapping traps.
that actually wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Yeah, and then
I
we
could
just,
send the snake, and Lord of Vox could probably deliver them.
yeah, we could easily do that. Lord of Ox
Do we wanna do
saving the
that?
day with sticks.
Do we want to do that?
I mean, yeah, we could, and then just Lord of Ox would come, after a little while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I pen a message and have Flying Snake fly off with a message to Lord of Vox that says, bring a whole bunch of long sticks.
Bring sticks, lots of sticks, long sticks.
Long sticks. At least 5 feet long. Preferably
Yeah.
10 feet long.
So
Lord
Don't bother
of
getting
Ox is back
pricey
on the ship,
ones.
right?
yeah, Lord of Ox is on the ship.
Okay. Lord of Ox is on the shopping episode number 3.
Lord of Ox it has a mission.
Okay, so
Episode 3, The Revenge of Harry Harris.
Star, what does it say above this door?
What does the door say?
Well, you gotta move Sidar over there.
Oh, you want me to actually physically move the mini over there?
I'll also move Ticker to find any magic.
All right. Oh, listen. Inside the room, you see So when you look inside the room, you see a bunch of a bunch of food. It seems the kind that appears towards your liking.
What does the door say?
I have suspicions.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm getting
The
some
weight of
serious
history
Zelda
will come
Temple
to
vibes
bear
right
against
now.
all those who do more than stare.
What does it say again?
Say that
Sorry.
again.
The weight of history will come to bear against all those who do more than stare.
So don't go in that room. Got it.
What did it say?
The weight of history will come to bear against all those who do more than stare. Do not go in that room. No. Bad.
That room is a mimic. That's just our shorthand for don't go in that room. That room is a mimic. I think that's the title of our episode at this point. That room is a mimic.
Bad.
Is the tapestry magic?
Oh, the tapestry is not magic. It just appears to be something that doesn't look like that it's blocking the thing. But then
I was just checking to make sure moving it wouldn't blow me up.
Honestly,
is there
take it with
any
you.
writing in this hallway?
Take it with you. It's worth something.
Yeah, take the tapestry with me.
All right. Put tapestry of 2 Saruk in your inventory.
Yay. Tapestry.
Dun,
I'll just put it in
dun. I swear to God, like every item we pick up.
Use the most as a pack mule.
I swear to God, every item we pick up in here just like levitates from our hands for like a couple seconds first.
Above our heads.
Why does it keep doing that? God, I want to make that like an actual physical joke.
Okay,
if
in
we
that
go
case,
back
I will
5 rolls.
move
Oh, hey!
to. Let's see here. I will move to here because that is just within 30 feet of the jewel. Is the jewel magic?
Duh. It's floating.
What kind of magic?
That was so obvious.
I didn't know it was floating. I didn't know it was floating.
You said it was floating.
I missed
I
that
didn't
part
remember
too,
that.
to be fair.
Oh
I
my
didn't remember that.
goodness.
I mean, this shows our level of paranoia, though. Is the floating jewel magic?
It's the floating
in this campaign.
multicolored jewel magic.
Okay, that's our title. Is the floating jewel magic?
I didn't know it was floating. Okay.
Okay, so
Fine,
according to a similar thing, you sense transmutation magic coming from it.
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
So
Okay.
don't touch it.
No. Don't touch it.
Is there any other writing in this hallway?
You know what? While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna have Mary check this door.
Which
Right,
door?
When you pass this room's
this door.
No, not this
Mary
door.
sees, what is it? Gosh, freaking dang it! Okay, we're gonna make something canon that listen. You see a what is it? You see that comical thing that what's it that Trump had the moment where it's like a long table of just McDonald's food.
Oh. So that room has a Balhanoth in it.
Head back. Anyways, so I'm gonna check this door for trap.
Is there any writing above this door?
There is not.
Bummer.
Wait. Yes, there is.
Aha!
Read it, Snip.
It says backup light.
It says what?
Backup light.
Backup light. No.
I swear to God.
Do you want a synonym for backup?
Sure.
Extra.
That's what I
I
figured.
swear to God, is this seriously the breaker room of the dungeon?
It do be like that sometimes.
Lowest I can roll is a 23. Are there traps?
No, there are no traps. It's just a door.
Do we wish to open the door? Do we wish to open this door?
Yes.
Ticker will open it because he has higher strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, 'cause if we want to open it, I mean, we could always get Lizard Boy in here to push it open.
Just open
But Ticker's right there, so.
Yeah, Ticker's right here, so.
Yeah.
Open the door!
All right. You open the door, and in this corner, there seems to be a brazier with a green flame in it.
That's not
still
creepy
lit.
at all. Anything other than
Green flame
evocation
blade?
magic coming from it?
From the gem or
No, from the brazier.
Oh, no.
It's obviously evocation because light.
Wait, what
Yeah.
was
Also, green flame blade.
Oh, it was It was transmutation. Never mind.
The gem was transmutation.
Yeah. I was just remembering, like, wait, did we get the school? And then I remembered, yes, we did.
The obviously magic gem is transmutation.
All right.
So I think
Alright,
all
do
this
some
is
dungeon-
it's just a brazier that you can put somewhere if it's dark. Like it's a backup light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a breaker room, and that would have been freaking hilarious. We just found a room that's just like that we see like one of the traps just stops, and then like a mummy or something just goes, ah, damn it, just walks by us, is like, excuse me, opens a door, flips a breaker, and then the traps come back on. He's just like, sorry, that was so embarrassing. Anyways.
So that's where the power to all the traps comes from. So if we turn it off and then break it, no more traps.
It's just...
Any writing in here?
And then we enter the room with the BBEG, and he's just like, why are none of my things working?
There was a thing. Hold up. Oh. Yes, there is. What's it? Yes, the writing above this door translates to
Wrong button.
quick access platform. Unauthorized access may lead to unwanted results.
Do not go in that
Okay. Well, also bad.
room.
Quick access. Bad. Here, I'll run it. You already wrote bad.
All right.
Bad healing, fire, bad mimic, gem.
That room is a mimic.
I'm gonna follow the others.
Does you
All
just
right.
love our
Can
naming
the Archie
system?
and I go in this? Actually, no. I'm gonna poke the stick into this room before I lose another 4th level spell slot.
All right, you wait. Oh yeah. You poke the stick. Nothing happens.
Okay. Archie and I moves
You
into
do hear a slight tapping sound on the floor though, but it might be caused from the stick.
I would just be poking the stick into open air, not onto the floor.
Oh, I thought you were poking the floor.
No. I was just seeing if poking the stick in got it eaten.
Okay.
Don't worry, we got more sticks coming.
I'm
Oh my gosh.
gonna move the Arcane Eye into that room.
Paymon's on her way.
Yeah, I thought you already did.
No, I moved it just in front of the archway because there's an archway here, and archways tend to mean bad things.
Oh,
That's evidence
I
that
think I already
mimic.
described it earlier, but like in this corner of the room, you see a unlit brazier.
Oh, is the brazier magic in any way?
Yeah, it's got like evocation magic.
I have an idea. Let's see if I have any.
I mean, I have firebolt.
No,
If we want to
not
light it.
firebolt, not firebolt. Do I have any? Please tell me I have one.
Torches?
Torches, yes.
I have a lantern.
I should have some torches, I believe.
Ticker
I have a
will
candle.
ask if anyone has torches.
I have a
I've
candle.
got a lantern.
I would need something that's able to capture fire more easily than the lantern.
What about a candle?
What I've got.
I got a lantern. I got a flask of fire.
Wait, between the group, we have an outdoorsman's pack. Doesn't that come with torches?
I think so.
The statement between the group, as in you all share the same one.
As a group, we bought a singular outdoorsman's pack.
No, it does not. How is it that we don't have any torches?
We have everything else except torches. We have literal war crimes, but we don't have a torch.
Haven't gone to any of the other dungeons, so.
Okay. Is the wood pitch be included in the random stuff that comes with Tinker's tools?
No.
I have a tinderbox, which might have wood pitch.
I have bombs. No, wait. I need to light those.
I was just checking.
We don't want to light those either. Yeah, I have a candle. Well, I have 5 candles, and I have a tinderbox. So
guess we could put a candle on the end of a stick.
We could tie it to the end of a stick.
Yeah. Let's see here.
All right, guys, we have another mission for Lord Vox. Lord, I make this awesome monk, and all he's used for is cooking and and supply delivery.
Okay, here's another question. Is a torch considered a tool for the purposes of turning an all-purpose tool into one?
I don't think a torch is a tool.
Okay,
A
let me check if...
blowtorch, yes, but I don't think an all-purpose tool can turn into a blowtorch.
Well, I mean, it could turn into a blowtorch, but it couldn't... I'm meaning more like a torch, like a normal torch. Like a stick with pitch on the end.
The roundabout ways against this problem we are trying to come up with. Wait. Would cook's utensils have matches in them? Because matches are just small torches.
Oh.
Not sure if it matters because we have a long ways to go. We would have to get it, Because my idea is take the fire from this room and light this fire with it.
Well, yeah.
That's why I need a torch.
Match, if it's a fairly long wood match, it wouldn't burn that fast.
I don't think you'd have matches that long.
Yeah, a regular long grill match that's like 12 inches burns for a couple minutes. It's not,
right,
5 seconds.
That's a grill match.
I mean, so it's...
And considering
Give
we
me a
often
minute.
took over open fires,
right.
which counts as grilling.
It's only 75 feet. That's not that far.
Matches would not be invented yet.
Bummer. Like, it's like I wasn't talking like strike anywhere. It's like regular have to strike on box kind of a thing.
Yeah,
So basically
they were invented in 1826.
Bummer. A candle would work. We could tie it to a stick.
Yeah.
To the stick.
Is the stick made of wood?
Well, it's a folding pole, so probably not.
It was a folding pole.
It was.
It's the half of a folding pole.
I swear by the time Lord Vox gets here, we're gonna have written a shopping list for him to go get more stuff.
We're like, you were here, good. Now go get torches. He's like, what?
You didn't bring torches.
Shopping episode 4.
Oh god.
I imagine this overzealous adventure of Lord of Vox epically running through the city and
hear me out. Hear me out. What if we just tied a whole bunch of tinder to the end of the stick?
What if we just picked up the first brazier and carried it?
Tinder was like hay.
Yeah, it is. It's like hay and wood trimmings and pine needles. It'll burn for a little while.
What if we're overthinking this? What if we can literally just pick up the brazier?
Actually, yeah, we probably could pick up the brazier.
And just
Cerberus.
hold it. Yes. What is it?
I need you to transport this brazier.
He picks it up with like one hand.
You attempt to pick it up with one hand.
Well, I assumed it was light, though. He goes to pick it up, but if it was light, he would pick it up with one hand. If it wasn't light, he'd pick it up with two.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Constitution?
Wait, is it for fire? Is it for fire?
Yes.
He is
resistant. Fire.
He is resistant.
Okay. All right.
Because elemental damage doesn't make a difference.
But that just means you take half damage.
Okay.
It's just hot. It's just hot.
So it's just hot, and he's a fire dragon.
Yes.
Oh no!
I mean, he's not a pureblood fire dragon.
16. Congratulations. It's hot. It's like you probably shouldn't touch that.
Yeah, honestly, tinder will burn for a little while. Let's just tie a bunch of tinder to the end of the stick and then light it.
That's ridiculous. Do you have any string?
Yes!
String!
Okay. We have all this other stuff except torches.
When did you buy the string?
I've had it like the entire campaign.
I have string. I have oil.
My bag for so long.
And even if we didn't have string, we have rope.
String.
You guys didn't have torches, and also that's rope. Rope is thick. String isn't.
String is in a burglar's pack, and I think I bought a burglar's pack as my initial pack.
Yeah, I mean, Sadar has. I just copied and pasted there.
Did something happen to that with the fire stick?
I love how we have all this other random crap, and the one thing we don't have is a freaking torch. I have like I said, I have the friggin', I have a friggin'
lantern.
Yeah, a lantern.
We don't have
has any sort of like flammable paper or something.
Oh wait, we have oil.
Can I draw a card? Just in case.
Okay, all right.
Something
you
good might
draw a
happen.
card. Okay, so
20 or something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Back off! Back away! Back away! Maddie's drawing a card.
8, 9.
Get clear.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Wait. He's in
16,
here.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, all right. Roll me a D21.
Okay.
Because you used one card. Okay, 11. All right.
Matt. It's not that we don't trust you, Maddie. It's that we don't trust the card.
We don't trust Spencer.
9, 10,
Trying to
11.
actually get wit out into the.
I don't trust all
right,
3 of those things. I don't trust all 3 of the things you just said.
All right. So
especially in combination.
Okay.
Okay, what did I get?
Draw the card indicated as that there seems to be a title on it written in common called "The Fool," as it depicts a out of context it depicts Griswold.
Did I just summon Griswold?
And then suddenly a banana appears in your left hand. It begins to ring.
It begins to ring. Of course it does.
I slowly raise it up to my ear.
You just conjured a banana phone into existence.
I want to point out, Mary's the only one who's really familiar with a phone.
A banana phone that probably is contacting Griswold. Which, I mean, that is fairly on brand.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is hilarious.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen to the phone.
Do you say anything into the phone?
Hello?
Hello there.
Sidar just comes and peeks around the corner and sees Paimon talking to a banana, and he just starts muttering. He goes over
Don't
to.
tell me I have talking banana now too.
He whispers to Skirvo, "I think she's losing it."
Did you know that bananas are a great source of potassium?
What the
I
fuck
did
bananas
know
are?
that.
They're actually not that great of a source of potassium. Like they are a source
Wait, I
of
just
potassium.
said it was a fucking banana.
But spinach has significantly more potassium than bananas do.
I would rule that here. I would rule that Mary is precisely the amount of Poindexter to know that exact knowledge. So she's gonna say that. Bananas are a source of potassium. Spinach is better at it, though.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
To the banana phone.
I lost it. She's talking to a fruit that came out of nowhere.
Okay, I have an idea as to how to improvise a torch. 2 things I do have. So one thing that is included in Tinker's tools is scraps of cloth. And I also have oil.
And we have oil.
So
yeah,
I can tie some cloth to the end of the stick and soak it in oil. And boom, we have a torch.
Aha.
There we go. Now we're thinking.
We have ourselves a torch.
All right, so with this amount of knowledge, you combine these things. You light the torch. Well, your makeshift torch. Congratulations, you have a torch now.
Of green fire.
Of green fire.
I will go and light this brazier with it.
All right, you light the brazier. The door opens, revealing a hallway of what is it? A hallway of inky blackness. Oh, that's the wrong one. Reveal. And hold up. This one also disappears. And on the other side, you can see back to reveal. You can see a room.
Arcane Eye.
All right, then.
My lovely child.
Hold up. Back to this. Back to this. Hold up. What the? Not letting me. Because I did that? What? What the? Oh. Okay. All right. No, we're not adding a turn. Copy. Oop. Was there any? Sorry, I'm referring to like another map at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Because I have two maps, one with all the traps indicated, one that doesn't have all the traps.
You know the GM layer is a thing, right?
I know. I just forgot to transpose that. It was like, I've made all the outlines. I'm done. It's like, don't worry, we'll put this off till later. Okay. But yes. Back to reveal. Reveal thing. Reveal. No, that's not reveal. It's hide. He likes to do that. Thank you, Fog of War. And okay, so there's this room. It is open. Listen, there are 3 doors. Once again, left one, made of marble. With with sapphire outlining.
Okay. Bottom one.
Bottom one is similar as the door that you opened before. It's ruby, a different scene, but it's still made of that black material. This one to the left, emerald.
Okay.
We haven't explored with the door to the north.
Yeah, because there's the creepy statue.
Oh yeah.
Also, in this corner there is a small hole.
Which corner?
This corner.
Stop friggin'.
Like a small hole in the wall.
Oh, okay. Hole in the wall. Okay. How big is the hole in the wall? Is it at least an inch in diameter?
Yes.
The arcane eye goes through it.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be weird because it's diagonal thing wall.
I think there's a freeform reveal.
Oh, polygon reveal. Okay, so there we go.
Hey.
So there's that, and then we're just gonna take this and reveal like that.
Okay.
You see a small room which appears to be a bunch of strange artifacts and what appears to be a shoot.
Okay, I'm gonna put out the torch, by the way, so we don't waste it.
Okay then.
Anyways, continue.
But yes, there seems to be a small statue inside of it with the head of what you believe to be a Aarakocra.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. So weird artifacts and a statue and a bird-headed statue.
Yes, bird-headed statue.
God, I'm getting such Metroid vibes right now.
Ain't that the truth?
It's particularly Prime 2, which took a lot of inspiration from Legend of Zelda.
Let's investigate these doors.
No. Wait, you did investigate the doors.
Yes, investigate for traps.
Magic.
You can't walk over there.
Oh, I can't?
Oh, well, yeah, you see, so this corridor over here isn't a corridor. It is an empty space of inky blackness. And there is no floor. There's a cliff right there, and there's a cliff. All right then.
He will offer to take Mary across so that she can investigate for traps.
All right.
Do I have a choice in this?
You always have a choice.
Damn it, when you look at me like that, just...
Think just like, why wouldn't you?
Let's go.
All right. He has like Cad Bane style rocket boots.
Make me like a quick perception check.
Okay.
Just ticker.
Oh, okay. I mean, passive perception for Mary is 32, and you know this.
All right. Yeah. Listen. So just in this void, it appears to be. You begin to notice stars, if you will, that night sky that you have appeared several times of several brilliant colors, just appears like on all sides of the hallway.
Interesting.
And
only Ticker notices this?
Yes.
Mary doesn't?
Even with a 32 passive?
I feel like Mary would be terrified because you're holding on to something. It's
Mary is. I feel like Mary is too traumatized to be terrified.
Yeah, she's just like
she's too jaded.
Like, yeah. It's more of a. I swear to God, if you drop me, I will shoot you as I fall.
All right then.
She was in a collapsing building before in the previous campaign, and I want to point out her method of escape was going up. Just literally jump into a helicopter. So, being flown by a mantis man is, while she would have preferred not to, it's not the weirdest thing she's done.
It's part of the course.
Yeah. I just want to point out, she's not scared. She just doesn't want to she just doesn't want to put herself in danger.
I mean, we're also talking about someone whose lunch was probably prepared by either a snake man or a squid man.
Yeah, so she's already long past being put in danger. Frickin' Cthulhu is her chef.
But yes, so which door are you investigating first?
So are there magic on any of the doors?
No.
All right. I guess.
Is there writing on any of the doors?
There's no writing on any of the doors. Wait, hold up.
Wait, they changed his mind.
Looking.
Scanning.
Now.
Yeah.
The DM is loading.
All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one shall I know to go?
I rolled a d3 and it gave me 2, so.
All right, I'll just roll it anyway to see what happens. 31.
31. There are no traps.
I'll just do that again. I'll just roll it.
31. There are no traps.
Okay, so that's a 23.
23. There are no traps.
All right, I will open this door first. Wait,
All right.
I don't think Cerberus could fly there because he'd be squeezing. So.
Yeah.
That door. Reveal. All right.
With the arcane eye, because why not?
So we reveal a hallway and hold up.
I'm just curious. Yeah, they're still well within telepathy range.
Door right there. Oh. Shoot. 1 second. There we go. And a shoot. Hold up. Where are you? Reveal button. No. No. Stop that. And click the reveal button, but it wants to go back to hide. All right. There's a hallway with a door in it that leads like northward. In this one, there seems to be a tiny door. And and there seems to be an archway this direction, and at the end of it is a door.
Okay. Do the archway any writing anywhere?
There is text over this archway.
Okay.
Good God, I just zoomed out to see how much map we have so far.
Yeah. This is gonna be a big dungeon. Wit will call Sidar over.
Okay.
He is going to, with what the arcane eye sees, he's going to copy that onto a page.
Okay.
All right, then.
Sidar can translate it.
I feel like that there is supposed to be some
there'd be a
check
to that. Arcana, because it's similar to what he'd be doing as a wizard, writing things down.
Which skill is associated with drawing?
Honestly, could it be just insight on Sidar's hand to try and see if the things that Wit is drawing make sense?
What is it?
I mean, we know Wit has a steady hand. He is a wizard. Like, he has a spell book.
Yes, but how good is, like, how good can he reproduce art?
Which is why I was saying, like, maybe, like...
Well, it's not art, it's reproducing writing. I think that would be an intelligence check? It's linguistics?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could also argue charisma because that involves,
I'd really
like,
rather
the art.
it not be... It's not really art, though, it's writing.
Right, it is writing.
Like, it's like what an archaeologist would do.
Okay, an archaeologist does different things. They have, that there is a
method. Wait. I just got an idea. When you say archaeologist,
that's what it is.
Yeah. I was like, could we just literally send, a piece of paper across with a mage hand or whatever, and a piece of chalk, and you literally just, Indiana Jones, rub the writing onto the piece of paper? Because they're like carvings into the wall, right?
Yes.
That would work.
The wall is flat.
Yeah, and even if we can't mage hand all the way, we could mage hand halfway, and then Maddie mage hand the other.
And we can easily mage hand half the whole way. That's like 30 feet, and mage hand has a range of 120. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember how long mage hand had.
Yeah. For reference, we could mage hand literally the entire way from Wit. In fact, I think Wit can even cast Mage Hand. He can. So, yeah, we'll just do that instead of trying to reproduce it with writing.
All right.
Character translate.
All right. After the paper goes and comes back. I translated.
Yeah. Mary will do the thing because she's got all the writing implements.
I'm still talking to the banana phone.
This is
Okay. Make me a.
It's easier than getting Sidar over. That's why I'm doing it, because it's just easier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to leave him out. I'm trying to just.
Well, yeah, no. It makes sense. I mean, either way, he has to translate. It's just whether or not you somehow.
It's whether or not Ticker makes 15 trips, or.
Yeah, you either carry him over, or you put it on a piece of paper and carry that over. One of the two.
Yeah. I do want to check one thing though, because I know it's going to be like a couple hours, but do we have for out of game purposes, do we have a rough ETA of Lertovox coming with our supplies?
Okay, so by this time, how much time do we want to say has passed? How many times would Wit have cast Arcane Eye?
It lasts an hour, so probably not even. No, probably the first one isn't even up yet.
Well. There's the first one which got the spell by Mimic, and then there's the second time he.
The second one, technically.
Well,
okay. I don't think an hour would have passed.
What is it? Where was the ship parked again? It was parked at the guild, right?
I remember having explicitly said that we should have parked it close.
Yeah.
In case.
Plus, Snake can dash. I mean, he has a flying speed of what, 60, 80, something like that. Yeah, and he can dash. That's 120 feet around.
You can't. Creatures can't dash like continually.
Yeah.
I think it's like con mod plus one that they can dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the chase rules.
Oh.
Well, I mean, plus the advantage of flying, you can take the most straight, direct route there instead of having to navigate streets and traffic and stuff.
Yes, but that
which
is
unfortunately that does not apply to Lertovox, who will have to go shopping afterwards, and then and then come back, and then come back.
At the very least, has the snake returned.
Then descend.
All right.
The snake has returned, and the message has been gotten there.
Yeah.
So has at the very least my snake returned?
Your snake has not yet returned.
Okay.
It is on the way. Are we saying that this whole ordeal has happened, let's say, 45 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, then. Then what is it? Then it would be another 15. Wait. Okay. So what is it?
15 till we lose our arcane eye. Well, actually, no, we have another 30 or so. I would say
15 minutes till the snake comes back.
Okay.
Or we're going to say that it takes 30 minutes to travel all the way up. What is it? To travel all the way up the staircase and then travel all the way up the other set of staircase that leads from the spire, because you guys are almost a mile down in just a rock and base. This is a big pyramid.
Yeah.
Nuts. So.
Well, I mean, with going down the shaft, it can always just tuck its wings in and just nose dive until it gets close to the ground, and then woof.
In theory, yes, but there's something called terminal velocity.
Yeah. I would like to point out that if the snake comes back before Lertovox does, that means we might be able to send our next shopping list before Lertovox even comes back.
But yes,
so we can have torches.
Okay. All right, to get to town, Lertovox is roughly. It's like that question that they keep teaching us. If there's a train coming from Chicago and it's going to New York, and there's another one coming from New York, at what point do they meet?
Yes, the high school math word problems.
Yeah, which I never thought would be useful, but here it is.
He wants to buy a truckload of oranges, but he only has apples. How many oranges can he buy? At the following
What is the
exchange rate.
circumference of the sun?
Those, what the heck? Why am I doing this math questions?
I have a funny way of bringing weird stuff like this up.
We're going to say that Lord of Vox had got himself off the ship and is on his way to town. He's going, listen, he'll still have another 20 minutes till he gets to Harry Harrison's, because I assume you're doing it from that, because if you just go to the bazaar, you're going to have wildly different prices, and then we'd have to role play that entire thing to figure out how much you're actually paying for these.
Yeah, just get Harry, and we'll do the thing.
Shopping episode 5: Attack of the Brumbies.
Hey, I'm helping.
Did we already have shopping to Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, we already had that like several sessions ago.
I was just checking.
Isn't that one the one where we almost ate a man?
Oh yeah, I think that was the one where we were buying the flour for Thraxamundar, and then Maddie stole the flour, and we didn't know Maddie stole the flour, so we were like, ah, and then he was like, oh, sorry.
But we're going to say that Lord of Vox has, what is it, for him to arrive down the staircase, he'd still have to have like another 3 hours.
All right, that's what I wanted. Like a nice crisp estimate of some hour mark, because I assumed that's what it was going to be, since it takes a while to get anywhere in this godforsaken city.
Anyways, what does it say?
Okay.
What's
All
the paper say? We digressed.
Containment protocol. Cause if nothing relay aftems and stipple.
What?
Are those like names? Are those just names, or is it like a foreign language?
That is a foreign language, my friend.
Is that the language of like Cthulhu? Like the language that's like
demon.
like
roll
Cthulhu.
for it.
Well, wit's there. Oh, is that an Arcana check?
Is a language an Arcana check?
Okay, is it an Arcana or a History check? I feel like it'd be a History check.
Freaking, if this was 3.5, they'd have a stupid stat for it. This is the only reason why 3.5 has any sort of value.
I might add a linguistics skill. Would this be a history check? Because it's like a really old language.
We're going to say history check.
Heck yeah!
I will give him help.
33.
Yes. I don't need your help.
Deep speech.
I will not give him help.
Deep speech. Well, that's not good.
Outsider, it's containment of something.
Containment of and Wit will shout out containment of something whose name is written in deep speech. I highly recommend you don't go in there.
Wait, deep speech, isn't that? No,
that's the language of aberrations.
Not. Yeah. I was going to say, wait a minute, doesn't Lord know that one?
Yes, he does.
So
there it is.
Is it everything this way, or just one of these doors?
It was this archway here.
Would you look at that? More than one reason for Lord of Vox to get this squiddy ass down here.
Wait, when the snake comes, I can send it with it. I can send the message with him and be like, translate.
And the snake leaves before Lord Fox can write it down.
And translate. What am I, your butler?
I imagine it being closer to the Zoidberg if I just sent on the character chat. Hooray, I'm useful. I'm having a wonderful time.
You just imagine our convoluted
What
shopping
an
list.
honor!
Buy
A feast is a feast.
Oh, and torches. We forgot torches.
Yes.
Can you
yes.
this message included?
Lord of Ox having to go back to the shop, taking him longer.
He's like right at the checkout lane, about to pay for the sticks, and the snake shows up with the new shopping list. He's like, "Thank God, now I have to wait in line all over again."
Episode 6, the Battle of the Line.
Okay, so let's definitely check through this door next. Oh, let's check it first for traps.
This door?
Yes, this door.
All
right, checking trap. Check it.
Because I feel like it's gonna go through into that treasure room.
Oh, 30. No, there aren't any traps.
Open it.
All right.
Wait. Yeah, there are no traps.
I'm like,
okay. Reveal area. Is it on reveal area? Okay, good. It's actually on reveal area.
I was gonna say, does it have traps or not? This is not a multiple choice question. This is binary.
True, false.
It appears to be a storage closet. Inside, you can see several janitorial materials, all of which seem to be very old and very decrepit.
Hooray.
You found a broom closet. There's a broom
closet. Hooray.
I'm investigate it just to be safe. 32.
Okay, investigation.
Any panels, or is this just a freaking
the barrel there was a barrel of water, but it has since evaporated in the time that it's been down here. Other than that, there are mops and brooms and a couple of rags, like some moth-written rags.
Wait, take the rags. Take the rags. So we can improv more torches if we need to.
Yeah.
Also bring the mops because they're sticks. Yes, bring the mops and brooms. Free sticks.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
What? Oh god, it smells in here, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh god.
The realization. Hilarious. Oh.
8. All right.
It smells nasty. It smells nasty.
Okay. Hold up. Gotta go before this. Okay. Wait. I had things. Where is my funny table? They had a funny table, and we're gonna use it because I finally get to use it after all this time.
At this point, it sounds like this room smells like the time she used to work as a cashier at a friggin' she used to work as a regular employee at a fast food joint.
All right.
Pay for college tuition.
All right, you begin to come down with something. It seems okay. What are the? I had symptoms for this. What have I done? Okay. Oh. All right. There we go. All right. The hand in which you have touched the rags, like, slowly starts to become, slowly starts to crust over, and you start feeling a headache or a fever.
Okay.
That's not
That
creepy
is
at
not
all.
good.
I might need some of the fountain potion stuff. Presumably, if that can help at all.
Okay, I will pick Mary up so that, that hand doesn't touch Ticker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I will fly her back to the other side and, get her
Okay.
to the
Once
get
he
her to the
goes
room
past
with the
the
healing
door,
potion.
as she goes past the
Yeah.
door, does he, being, a plague bringer and all that, recognize any of the symptoms of what's going on?
Yeah, sure. I guess, what is it? I guess, like, what's the skill you want to use? Nature?
There's a medicine
Medicine?
check.
Medicine? Which one are
Medicine,
you better at?
they're literally the same. I have +6 wisdom, but I have proficiency with nature, so they're literally both +6.
Okay, nature. No, well, medicine would be how to treat it.
Or to
Medicine would
identify it.
also be what
Medicine,
it is. It's a health thing
for
in
example,
general.
medicine is the check you make to see like how a corpse died.
I mean, it's the same number regardless of which one you pick, so
Okay,
17.
17. It seems to be that she is suffering from a little-known disease called spotted fever. It seems to have taken hold quickly.
That's a valid quick case of spotted fever.
Is it
Yeah, no
serious?
shit.
Is it serious?
It's not terribly serious. It's not at that stage yet.
Not yet.
I'm just gonna. So, it's like not greedy things. So I guess.
Stick your hand in it.
How much is too much? Is the good question.
Do you have like a mug or a cup or something?
I'm sure somebody in this group does. At least you do.
I have a bottle.
I was like, we could just like take a cup or something like that, dip it in there, and then just pour it over the hand.
Yeah. I could dip the bottle in there and then pour it over the hand.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
All right. So you dip the bottle in, you pour it over the hand, and nothing happens.
I think I have to drink it.
Yeah, probably.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah. Topical.
Okay.
Maybe it's magic. Maybe it'll work topically.
Most medicines you drink. I don't know how you guys how you guys normally do things.
Well, there's ointments and creams and things.
Yeah. But anyways, but considering she has a fever, it's definitely already internal, not just the hand.
Yeah.
Fair. I forgot about the fever part. I remember the crusty hand part, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess fill the bottle again and take a sip this time. And only drink as much as needed until the thing goes away. Presumably.
All right. In doing such, it seems to go away rather quickly. That you can feel the magic taking its effects on the inside of your organs.
And discard what I do not require, because this is because no curses for me, thanks. Especially because Mary, it's kind of hilarious because Mary has, despite being from a relatively real world setting, she has a weird amount of experience with dealing with cursed artifacts. That was kind of her job in the FBI.
Apparently, in real life, it's a tick-borne disease.
Huh. If it is tick-borne, then we could burn the rags just right then and there and solve the problem.
Yeah. So
I mean, we wouldn't be able to use the rags to prevent us from dealing with that disease again.
Yeah. But just to be clear, there were no like hidden doors or anything like that. It was just
no hidden doors in the broom closet.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure that was clear that I didn't that I absolutely got sick for nothing.
We just labeled it as bad. We didn't even label it as broom closet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna label it as broom closet.
Bed broom closet.
Yeah. All right. So what's next on the agenda?
Well, there's this door.
Yeah.
And
there's this door.
Let's check
and there's this door.
Let's not check this door yet, because this door probably means bad things because of the statue.
Yeah. There's still the 3 other doors down below that we haven't explored.
Let's check out this door next.
The hell?
All right. So this door is similar to what is it? This door up here and this other door. It's got. Wait, is this the right one?
Which door are we checking out?
This one over here.
Okay.
It seems to be made of marble. Like those. It's got. What's it? It has a yellow tint around it. No, there are no traps.
I love that you saw that.
Open sesame. Actually, yellow tint. I'm gonna back up. So, open with telekinesis.
Aha!
All right.
Try not to squeeze your brain
try opening the door. It does not budge.
Like it's magically locked, or it's just really heavy?
It's magically locked. I guess I should have mentioned that. This door is magically locked.
Why did I go in here without preparing knock?
Does Wit have knock?
No. Besides, he couldn't get over there.
well, I was gonna say
it's such a weird spell. It's like what?
Well, yeah, but we're going into a dungeon. Why didn't I prepare knock?
Well, because it's a weird spell you don't think of, and it's like, and you got to put in like some damage spells, because if you don't, then
let's investigate this door next.
All right.
What's in that room?
We already checked the traps. So...
All right.
Oh yeah, open the door.
Oh my God!
This is the
Roll
wrong
20.
page.
Get your crap together.
All right.
The camera's like jumping around for me for some reason. Like, get your crap together. I just want to look where Ticker went, so that I can move Mary.
Door. Gosh, freaking dang it. Okay, remove door. And reveal area is it on reveal. Okay, it's on reveal. It reveals a room, and at the end, it reveals a hallway, and the end is a archway.
Any writing?
That leads into. No writing this time.
Okay.
All right.
Arcane Eye.
All right. Okay. So wait, how do you? All right, you tell Wit to do the whole Arcane Eye thing.
Telekinetically, because we're telepathically, not telekinetically. Telepathically, we are well within telepathy range.
Worst case scenario, we could always just like gesture, and Witch could just watch.
Yeah.
All right. In this room,
I don't remember.
There are a series of chairs that are lined up against this side of the wall and this side of the wall.
Anything special about the chairs?
They seem to be not built for a person with legs, but
for a
no.
Okay, so probably just like a break room or something.
Yeah.
I love how the longer we've been going through this dungeon, the less it seems like a dungeon, and more it's starting to seem like just The office.
Well, the thing is that people must realize that dungeons are places where things did live at some point. So sometimes they just have common rooms.
Let's just open the other door now.
Yeah.
Ah, the other marble door. Okay. So you open it. So, okay, back to reveal. Boop. And it
Circular room.
reveals a circular room. So in the circular room, okay, give me a second because I gotta. Let me see. Circle, black. All right. So in the center seems to be a diode of. Is diode the right word?
Dais.
Podium, dais, a circular object, and is surrounded by 4 pillars. One right here, one right there, one right there, one right there. There seems to be some magic glowing around the thing.
Okay.
What flavor?
What flavor of magic?
Okay, give me a second. um, all right. Conjuration.
Ah, my least favorite.
If it were conjuration as in teleportation magic, that's transposition.
Look, the spell says the spell I'm looking at says conjuration.
I'm just because conjuration in official rules is both summoning and teleportation.
Then it's teleportation.
Okay, so it's transposition magic. Okay.
Transposition.
Yeah, because I separated that out into a different school because I didn't think it made any sense to be in conjuration, because why is it in conjuration, seriously?
Because when you conjure animals, technically you're summoning them from a different dimension, which
I
means you
know,
are teleporting
it's
them.
just weird, and it's just weird. I thought it made more sense to separate it out into a different school. That's also where telekinesis and such is.
Look, there's a lot of funny spells that use necromancy that don't quite make sense.
Yeah, that's also why I created restoration partially, because and
Uh,
also I messed with a lot of other schools, like cause fear is enchantment, like it should be.
all right.
Anyways, so it's a teleportation thing. Is there any like? Does there seem to be any like thing it's waiting for, or?
No, it's just kind of there. It's
Because I'm
got the
getting the
glyphs
feeling.
for.
I'm getting the
You should
feeling
check
the
to
way
see if it's a
this.
teleportation circle.
What?
You should check to see if it's a teleportation circle.
Yeah. Are there like the teleportation circle runes?
Yes, as archaic as they are, it appears to be the runes as such.
Okay. Teleportation circle.
Oh.
Interesting.
I wonder how that clashes with the weird effect we've already seen with teleportation.
We also don't know where the teleportation circle leads, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back across.
Wait, what was this bottom door? Oh, it was
that
locked.
was locked.
That's right. Yeah. I will make a note of that.
See here, the gem is definitely something important. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's either treasure or it's
Cursed.
Or it's something.
It was transmutation magic.
Rolling our let's do something we haven't done in a while and roll some arcanas.
Yeah.
I'll have Skirvo roll one for this because I don't know why Mary would know what it was.
I will also have Ticker roll for that because, obviously, Artificer.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we rolling Arcana checks on?
To see what the gem does.
Oh, okay.
The dog make a history check to see if it is any historical significance to his people.
Failing that, see if you can get a better Arcana than either of us.
That's probably not going to happen. He has +1 Arcana.
Okay. So 19. So with it, if you touch it, something will definitely happen. I don't know how to do it beyond that, or say things beyond that.
Wait, can you cast identify without touching it?
No. You have to touch it to cast identify, which sucks. I mean,
But can you touch it via mage hand?
Probably I could, but I don't want to do that.
Fair.
Tricky.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really have the spells to do anything.
What's the worst that could happen? Somebody throw some food in the mimic room.
Let's do it.
Doc pulls out tears off a bit of like a hardtack biscuit or whatever, and just chucks it in there.
Breaks off a piece, not tears off a piece, but
whatever.
All right.
It's called hardtack for a reason. The stuff is like a rock.
I'll move Cerberus there just for the sake of map, not because he's actually there.
What is it? So as you do it, instead of being a flash of light like it usually is, it closes a lot slower, and you do see giant teeth that appear at the end of the thing, a bit of a crunching sound, and you just hear, Sidar hears, crunchy. Everyone else just doesn't hear. Hears something else because it's not in something they can understand.
What do they hear? Just rom 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 rom.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, it's definitely a mimic.
The room was a mimic.
You see, usually people make the chest a mimic. No, the room is a mimic.
I mean, the thing is that mimics can appear as anything. So, I just want a dungeon that has that's just
everything
almost
is a
the
mimic.
whole damn thing's a mimic.
They're just crawling around inside of it. The doors are its teeth.
Check for traps? No, check for teeth.
Check for stomach acid.
I've seen so many cool drawing concepts of the other mimics, like potions of healing, adventurer corpse, and things like that. Just tree.
I mean, there is a mimic called a horde mimic, which is basically just a gigantic mimic.
Yeah,
it's one that lives in a dragon's horde.
Yeah. A dragon that ironically hoards horde mimics.
But Sidar, what do you do with this information?
He just turns and tells the other one, yeah, whatever that is, it ate the part of the ration. I think it's the mimic.
Is it still biting?
Also, after it ate the thing, it said, crunchy.
Does it still bite things? I don't know, throw a rock in there or something.
Is there a pebble on the ground?
No, the floor is clean. I'll have you know, it's like they took a great
throw another
job
piece of hardtack in there.
Okay, I'll break off another piece and just chuck it.
All right. Let's hit. You throw the piece of hardtack. Is like, salty.
Now it's saying it's salty.
I mean, there isn't much more to hardtack than flour, salt, and water.
Mary's just gonna rub her eyes behind her glasses and just go, what the hell are we doing?
We're feeding a mimic like pigeons.
We're standing here feeding a room.
We're throwing a hard sack to a room like you feed bread to pigeons at the park. Just so casual about it. What's it gonna see this time? Crispy or something. I don't know.
What are we gonna tell Lurdovox to come bring a full course meal for the room next?
No.
Swear to God, somebody start writing that down. Somebody writes that on the shopping list. There's a room that's hungry. Don't ask questions. Just make food.
Don't ask stupid questions. Just bring it.
Lurdovox is like, somebody needs my cooking. He cooks a full course meal and throws it in the room.
Okay, so there's stuff I'd like to do, but I don't really have the spells to do it right now. Like, there is the spell, like, I could prepare Tiny Servant. That would allow us to touch the gem without any repercussions. I could prepare Knock. That would allow us to get through this door down here, but...
could Skirbo or Paimon just pick the lock?
It's magically locked.
Magic lock.
Oh, okay, so there's no lock to pick. Okay. Bummer.
And don't try and keep trying to pick the lock, because then the narrator will get mad at you and create a lock. And then when you pick it, a guy will get angry as soon as you open it.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
It's a scene from Henry Stickmin.
Okay.
I did give you that game to play.
Yeah.
You have to really be determined to see that one, though.
Yeah. You get an achievement for it, though.
Anyways. So what are we doing now?
Wait for Lurdovox, maybe? So that
do we seriously have no choice but to take a rest?
We either wait for Lurdovox.
I don't want to go up here. I don't want to go up here yet because bad things seem like they're gonna happen when we go up there.
Isn't that where we came from?
No, we came from the staircase in this room.
Yeah, we came from up.
You guys know that I've literally been talking on the banana phone this whole time.
Yeah. You
I haven't done
been
shit.
Talking to Griswold, and she's been talking to you about the history of banana Laffy Taffies.
What?
Okay then.
Well, also about like transpositional like politics, as well as like the ramifications of some things that have happened on like some planes of existence.
Griswold is literally just you, Spencer.
Griswold is basically just Lady Spencer, but with magic powers.
Oh my gosh.
Lady Space Clown Spencer. That's who Griswold is.
And I want to say that is by far not a bad thing. It makes Griswold incredibly enjoyable.
It's hilarious. So, synopsis of all the rooms we have discovered: Mimic, which is bad; the jar room, which is bad; quick access, which is bad; the broom closet, which is bad; deep speech containment, which, well, enough said there; and the break room, the teleportation circle, the locked room, the secret storage closet that no one can gain access to unless you're an inch wide and can fly, the healing room, and the fire storage room. Plus, there's this hallway with a floating gem. That's magic because it's floating a gem.
And we don't want to touch it because bad things might happen.
In other words, TLDR: bad.
Yeah.
Plus the healing and fire rooms. So I think we have to sit down and just wait for the snake to come back, and then add to our list and send it to Lurdovox, and then wait for the snake to come back again and see if there's anything else we need to add to our list, and then Lord of Oxio's up with the sticks and the torches.
I swear, after a while, I swear, if it takes long enough, Lord of Oxios might come back with snacks.
Like bring snacks, just watch. I'm here.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna come back and be like, oh, you must be famished.
Do we want to call it?
You're purely in a spectatorial capacity. And he's sitting there with his chair, with his legs propped up, eating popcorn or something.
I don't know. Do we want to call it, guys?
I think we take a short rest and then call it.
Yeah.
All right. Short rest. Steak comes back. You give it more things to give.
Okay, what all do we want to put on this list? We have torches on there.
Yep, we got torches. Okay, let's just check again. What don't we have that we probably should have? More rope?
I have 3 coils.
Okay. Lockpicks. How are we looking on that?
You and Maddie should both have thieves' tools in theory.
Yeah.
I do have these tools.
I believe I do as well. Yeah, there they are. Trying to think.
Extra oil flasks, maybe?
Maybe.
So that being said, I do have 5.
Did we literally forget just torches?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And extra sticks, but he's already getting the extra sticks.
Yeah. Hooray, I'm helping.
Do we want more string?
We should have plenty of string. We have... I mean, Ticker has 8 feet of string, so...
And I have 10 feet.
That is a lot of string.
we have basically 20 feet of string.
Yeah.
And at least 150 feet of rope.
Maybe more paper. Just to make sure.
We have a bunch of we have a ridiculous amount of paper in the bag of holding.
We do.
We've had it for like forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't forget that newspaper.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, I still have that. I like to imagine that Skirbo's just reading the same newspaper whenever we're not actually doing anything.
Reading over the sports.
I'm reading the news. That's old news. You've already read it. Hush now. I'm reading the news.
It's called interpretation. Yes. You see, I read the news and I try to figure out what happened between 700 years ago and now.
Yeah. And the evolution of wizard hockey.
The bloody hell is this Quidditch?
Cerberus, you should also roll a hit die. Oh wait, no, he didn't actually take any fire damage.
Yeah, he succeeded.
Yeah. It's like seems like a made-up sport. It's just, aren't all sports made up? Hush now.
Did you know Quidditch isn't even in the Harry Potter game? Like, that sounds like one of the easiest. That sounds like one of like the most obvious mini games to program, and then they just didn't.
Well, I mean, they also didn't program any repercussions whatsoever for using the 3 unforgivable curses, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you not even getting a stern talking to for using the Imperiatus curse against your freaking classmates? Not even a popped monocle. Just freaking kids being kids. They're the 3 unforgivable curses, not the 3 parlor tricks.
From what I understand, Avada Kedavra actually like destroys the target's soul or something.
It's something. I don't think
it doesn't just kill them. It just like it also like condemns them to eternal purgatory or something crazy like that. Like
mega kill.
It's way nastier than killing them is the point.
Yeah, and then there's the other two, which I can't for the life of me remember which is which. I just remember one of them's torture, and then I always forget what one of them is.
Anyways, that is where we're going to leave off the session. So
on a funny note,
on a fun little note there. So we might be back next week. We might not. You're just going to have to find out.
Yeah.
See you later.